G'day guys and welcome back to Ados the Great YouTube channel. So guys, in today's video I'm going to be going over our team list for this weekend's clash against the Brisbane Broncos. Now, I was a little bit shocked with some of the selections, I'm not going to lie. We will run over that shortly, but yeah, I was wrong with a lot of my predictions in yesterday's video. So take with that what you will. Personally, I think a lot of you guys did agree with me in suggesting that Josh Mansour should have been dropped. But let's check out the team list. So, fullback Blake Taff, Alex Johnston on the wing, Isaiah Tass in the centres, and Campbell Graham as well in the centres. So those four were obvious. They were always going to be picked that way. And yeah, look, they're a lock. You'd obviously have those players. Next up, we've got Josh Mansour on the other wing. Now, I thought Josh surely is going to get dropped this week. Yeah, look, he actually did make some good defensive reads last week, but there's too many bad to warrant the good or the little good he does to warrant selection is what I was going at there. So, he can be a good attacking player when he wants to, but I just think he's past it now. When he was on the Panthers, he was a brilliant player. Even in his first year back at Souths, he was a pretty good player as well. He had good moments, and I really liked Josh. I was very excited when we signed him back up. But now I just think he's slowly getting past it, and he should probably spend the rest of the season in reserve grade. I would have loved to have seen Tane Milne get that number 5 jersey because, while he's playing good in the centres, I just think he's realistically a winger. He should be playing there and he should get Josh Mansour's spot. Now, I do see a lot of people saying, what does Richie Kennard have to do to get a spot in our starting 13? To be fair, I don't know. The last few weeks, he's been amazing in our New South Wales Cup team, as has Josiah Karapani. He was probably one of our best players last week, and I'm a bit shocked that don't get me wrong, I'm happy he got named in the 24-man squad, but I was a bit surprised that he wasn't in contention for that number 5 jersey as well, because he played in a New South Wales Cup team on the wing, and I believe he scored 2 tries. I could be wrong, but I am going to look that up now to fact check that, because you guys like to hammer me when I'm wrong. So I'm going to make sure I'm right there and correct myself now before I have to do a pinned comment to say, hey, look, I was wrong. Because, we all make mistakes. We do. So Karapani did only score 1 try. Okay, so I'll take that back. But he had an outstanding game. He ran for 220 metres off 17 runs, 11 tackle breaks, 3 line breaks. He was just no errors as well. So he was brilliant. And if we're looking at someone fresh, I'd happily have him in that making his way up into the starting squad. But moving forward, so away from that wing spot now, because personally I thought Tane Milne, Richie Kennard, or Josiah Karapani should have gotten it. Surprised none of them did, but we continue on. So then we've got Cody Walker, Lachlan Ilias. Those two obviously going to make that. Totola, Burgess, Cook, again, they're locks. They're obviously going to make those spots. Keon, Arrow, and Murray, all the same. They're going to make those spots. Now, the bench, I was a little bit confused about. So, to start off with, Saliva Havili, absolutely agree. Hame Sally, absolutely agree. Both those players having phenomenal years. Saliva Havili played the best game I've seen from him in years. That goes back to his Raiders days because he's had some pretty spectacular games for Canberra. But, he's had a few good games for Souths, but I thought last week was the best one we've seen from him. He really helped us get that go forward, and yeah, that was good to see. When we were stuck down down in our half and we needed to get out, he was one of the wrecking balls that got us through. Hamaseli, as I said, definitely deserves it. Bit iffy about Liam Knight. I like Liam, I do. He's a hard-working player, but he makes too many errors. And I'd like to see Davey Moel get back up there and have another crack. I don't really understand why he's been dropped, I thought he's been fine recently. So Davey Moel, would have loved to see him in that 17-man squad, or Trent Peoples. And, Jackson Paulo, really don't understand why we are bringing Paulo into this side, because if we play someone like, even Saliva Havili could slot into the centres, or you could move Keon into the centres if there's any injuries to the backs, and Havili can play in that second row. He's a forward utility, so he can cover many positions there. But I don't think Jackson Paulo and Josh Mansour should be in the first grade squad. If I was to make changes, if I went right, it's 20 minutes before the game starts. We've got to finalise our squad. The changes I would make would be to out Josh Mansour and bring in. Personally, look, I've been all on, we've got to bring Tane Milne onto the wing. I'm actually going to change my opinion here. And I'm sorry, I'm not bringing in Richie Kanar. I'm actually going to say Yesaya Karapani gets that wing spot, and then Tane Milne comes on off the bench. So that's just my personal opinion. I don't know what you guys think. I know we'll have some big Richie Kanar fans in the comments, and I love that. I really do. I do like Richie Kanar, but I just think it's time to blood some of the youngsters. The ones that really want to get out there and rip in, like Isaiah Tass. He's been amazing for us. And now we've got Yesaya Karapani really wanting to get us to push into that starting squad. So I think it's time to give some of those youngsters a go, and I think that's the best way to go about it. But yes, guys, that is going to wrap it up for me today. I think I've pretty much covered everything. I'll have my tipping video out tomorrow, so very excited to bring you guys that. But that's going to wrap it up from me. Thank you all so much for your support. Thank you all so much for watching. And as always, guys, I will see you in the next one. Thanks, guys.